Welcome back, everybody. My name is Billy Lee, and welcome back to Eastside Edition, bringing Kennedy's news to you. If you want to contact us to get something on the news or join the cast or crew, email Jakob Miskell, Theodore Strommen-Campbell, Rose Alford, or Mr. Coval. Or if you see one of us around, just talk to us, and we would love to have you. Don't forget the ACTs are coming up next Wednesday, April 17th. A reminder that any form of smart technology is strictly prohibited in the testing environment. This includes phones, fitness bands, Apple Watches, and more. Juniors will be attending school in person that day, and other grades will have an e-learning day. Be sure to check calendars for the day's work, and juniors, good luck. This year's Culture Day will officially be known as Unity in the Community. We'll be having the event after school next Thursday, April 18th. It'll last from 3 to 6. There are posters around the school with QR codes if you want to sign up. Diversity is welcome and encouraged. Prom is approaching. Prom will be held on May 10th at 8:30 to 11 p.m. It will be held at the Mall of America. Juniors and seniors may attend, and they may bring guests if the guest form has been filled out. The guest form must be filled out by May 8th. Also, to buy tickets or fill out a guest form, you will need to fill out a pre-order form that will open next Wednesday, April 17th. Today is also the International Day of Pink, as you may have noticed from my shirt. It's a global event to hold and show solidarity against homophobia, discrimination, and bullying. NHS continues to offer tutoring for all Kennedy students. Here's two NHS students to tell us more about what Tutor has to offer.
Do you need any help with any of your schoolwork or struggling on a specific topic? Well, there are tutors available, NHS tutors, and if you look around the school for QR codes, you scan the QR code and you say the topic that you're struggling with or the subject that you need help with, and you'll be assigned a tutor, and they'll happen Wednesdays and Thursday block days after school at C121.
Yep, and this tutoring stuff is actually more important because it's the end of the trimester, which means grades are coming closer to being finalized. This means advocating for yourself. This tutoring will be really helpful because it is from peers and not just from teachers, so there's less pressure. Yeah.
Do you need any?
Green Club would like to remind you to get ready for Earth Week. Starting April 22nd, they will be at the table in the flag hallway. Activities throughout the week will include trash cleanup and even a movie. Later on May 4th, they will be planting trees from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Kennedy grounds. Everyone is invited to come and help. Green Club hopes to see you around and even at their table during Earth Week. Next up, we have an interview with the City Council member, Lona D'Alessandro, who is going to talk about what the local government is doing to improve education and the quality of life for the youth. Let's hear what she has to say.
Hello, I'm Theodore Strommen-Campbell, and I'm here today with Councilwoman Lona D'Alessandro, who represents a good chunk of Kennedy students and parents in the Bloomington City Council.
Good to be with you, Theodore.
So our first question is, what do you think Bloomington has done as good or better to benefit the education system and do good for the youth in Bloomington?
What I like about what the city is contributing is three things. First off, I love the Parks Master Plan, and I'm so excited that we're focusing on making sure that outdoor spaces are safe and fun for children of all ages in the city. So keep tuned to that. Secondly, I love that we are working so well with the school board on serving them with after-school programming and other things like that, especially if you think about what we're going to do with the community center when it's up and running in a couple of years. And then thirdly, we have the partnerships that we have that create opportunities for folks like Oasis for Youth and working with the Mall of America and the Small Business Initiative Center.
What other things are the city working on that haven't started yet to benefit the youth and education?
Sure. So first off, kudos to the school board for coming up with all the great work that you all are doing around the computer science programming and everything like that. I think that the city can play a big part in that. We haven't really talked about that so much, but I think we need to get on that. Our internship program at the city does a lot, and we're hoping to expand that even further. We had, I think, 12 folks last year at places like Mall of America and at Larkin Hoffman in town, but if we can expand that, folks at the high schools can get a chance to do real world work over the summertime, and I think that that's a big benefit. And I mentioned earlier the new public health and community space that we're building with the Community Health and Wellness Center that's coming up in the next couple of years.
There's a big park renovation program that's
Yeah.
going on, and I'm sure a lot of people have noticed that their local parks stuff's been happening.
Yeah.
I know I certainly have at the park near my house. Can you tell us more about what that program is and what it's doing?
Sure. Well, first off, if you don't know, Bloomington has 97 parks, and that's just a lot of parks, right? And so each of them have their own character in the neighborhood. They also have a different set of amenities depending upon what the communities wanted over those for those parks 50 years ago or so. Well, we're revising all of that. So this big Parks Master Plan, and you can see it online if you're interested, is going through and assessing all of those parks and talking with the neighbors around those parks that use them to say, like, well, what do you want this park to look like now? What kind of amenities are important to you? How can we make sure that you will want to come to that park and, with your families or with your friends? And what do we need to do to make sure you can get to and from that park safely? We started with 3 different parks: Smith Park, Bryant Park, which is near us, and Tretbaugh Park, which is over by France and 90th. And they're transforming into very new visions for the parks of the future. Tretbaugh is going to have a bike skills park, so both a paved and a mountain biking kind of skills development area. Bryant is going to have the first fully accessible playground for kids, which is no small thing. If anybody's been over to the one at Augsburg Park in Richfield, that one's incredible. We're hoping to do better even than that one. And then at Smith Park, we just have opened up the ninja course, if you will. It's a full activities course that, think about like American Ninja Warriors or whatever. You can go over there and try your skills, and it even has a timer, so you can time yourself through the course. So,
Our last question before we're done will be graded, and it's which of the 2 high schools in Bloomington do you think is the better one?
that's not even fair. Can I pick a middle school? No, I'm just kidding. I will say they both have their strong points. I love watching Jefferson hockey. I have to admit it. I love going and seeing all the show choirs at Kennedy, and I find myself at Kennedy more often, largely because I live over on the east side. But I will say I'm just grateful that we have some amazing students in this town, and I can't wait for you all to go from students to graduates to working people to college degree people and coming back to Bloomington and making it a better place for the next generation. I really am.
Kennedy Show Choir is hosting auditions for both competitive show choir groups, Rhythm and Gold and Eastside Rhythm, for next year's season. Auditions will be held on Tuesday, April 23rd from 4:30 to 8 p.m. More information about auditioning will be on kennedychoirs.org/auditions. If you want to learn more about show choir in general, check out the video about them on the Bloomington City YouTube channel, or come ask me questions. It's time once again for Featured Student Art, where we highlight the talents of students. This week we are featuring 2 artists, Hope Lockinson and Echo Bickle. Let's see what they can do.
And I'm working on a love. My name is Hope Loxonen, and I'm working on a love letter to something. I'm working on part of my project, and I just plastered my hand. So basically, you get sheets of plaster and wet them down, and I put them over my hand to mold it and make it so I don't have to sculpt it from nothing. And then also, the other part of this project is I'm sewing a felt pomegranate, which I'm then gonna end up putting in the hands, because I also have to plaster my other hand too. So, yeah.
The Upper Midwest Emmy Foundation Student Production Awards were held last Friday. Each year, the Emmy Foundation awards the best programs out of the entire Upper Midwest. This year, 2 of BEC's TV's productions won for being the best sports coverage out there of the 5 state regions. At the event, Kennedy Sr. and our esteemed director, Jakob Miskell, was very honored as one of the 2 AV All-Star at the event. We are very proud of Jakob for this amazing achievement. And that's our show. As mentioned before, if you would like to get on the news, contact Mr. Coval, Jakob Miskell, Rose Alford, or Theodore Strommen-Campbell. And make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you, or rather, you'll see us in the next episode.